welcome to Zippy's lot. Today we're going to be doing some grass cutting, we're going to be picking some produce, hopefully, fingers crossed, a little bit of digging, and I want to show you the progress that's been made with the seeds we put in 2 weeks ago. That's the first thing today. And on this patch here, as you'll see, we did another row of carrots because the first row didn't really come to anything. And as you'll see, this row is taken beautifully. So we could have some really lovely carrots in a few weeks' time. And also here we've got the row of beetroot that we did again, and they were planted at the same time. And as you can see, this time we've had success. So that is a really good result. As you can see, our lettuce has done really well. We've got some rough leaf lettuce here and some little gems here which are growing. Although we planted everything at different times, it has all shot up together. So I think our neighbours and family will be getting a nice lot of lettuce to help us out. Right, you just see me at the peas now. The peas are actually done really well. So I'm just picking some peas. Let's have a look how successful they've been. I'll just break open one of the pods here. There we are. Look at that. Yum. I just wanted to show you one of our wildflower patches, which both of them have taken really well. We've got some sunflowers here, we've got some marigolds, and I don't mean the glove, I mean the plant, marigolds. We've got some scarlet pimpernel, and we've got also some dahlias which are growing. So we're doing really well with our wildflowers. Right, I've picked the peas. As you can see here, we've got a lovely crop of peas all ready to shell, take home and have with our roast dinner tomorrow. We've got a stray onion which we've pulled up because it was going to seed, but the onions are doing well. This is probably one of our last batches of strawberries. We picked about 8 pounds of strawberries last week, and Jules and Bob actually have made some lovely strawberry jam with that, so I'll look forward to that. The other thing we've picked today is we've picked cherries off of the cherry tree. Look at those, they're beautiful. So we'll make a nice cherry tart and have some of those raw as well. And here we've got a lovely batch of potatoes with some mint in there for tomorrow's lunch, and 2 courgettes and broad beans. However, I have got some bad news about the broad beans. The broad bean patch, unfortunately, has had to be dug up this morning. It was absolutely covered in the black army. and most of the plants were dying. So we've managed to salvage a few of the broad beans, but the rest unfortunately have been kafunked. This is the little leek tray. As you can see, they're ready to transplant into the garden now. So we'll get a nice little batch of leeks here, but I've also put some on the brassic patch and they've done really well as well, which I'll show you in just a second. Okay, you've caught me just watering the greenhouse, which obviously is still quite a big job. It needs doing at least every 2 to 3 days depending on the heat in here. Let me just show you down here how the chilli plants are doing. We've got some lovely green chilies growing there, which are doing really well, and we've got some more coming on this one once the flowers drop off, and we've got 2 other ones at the back there. So we've got chilies which hopefully will come through and look lovely. The tomato plants, when I got down here today, they'd sort of taken over the greenhouse, so I've had to put some more stakes in and put another barrier up just to make sure we can hold them under control. But they're doing really well as well. We've got the little baby tomatoes now coming along, so we'll look forward to some nice tomatoes in about 3 weeks' time. Now we're at the we're at the cabbage, Brussels and spinach patch. We've put a few canes in here because the net was tending to be a bit too low. Now the plants have grown up, they've got a nice height. So we've just taped the pots so that the canes don't go through, put them on the top and then rested the net on top. I mentioned we had some more leeks for the winter, which are this lovely row here alongside the Brussels sprouts. They look really healthy, and while I'm talking to you, Jules is just digging a patch that we're going to put the leeks in next week. Right. Okay, before I say goodbye for this time, let me just ask you, what have you done with your strawberries? Have you turned them into a mousse? Have you frozen them? What I'd like to know is what you've done with all the strawberries that you've had from your garden this year. So let me know, and then we can post a few of those ideas online. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining us. Me and her, this is Quinn, and all I've got to say is keep gardening.